Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Now, if you like those type of cars that it's quite in some parts of the world, these cars were the everyday transportation because they were cheap, they were quite tough for their size, and these were the type of cars that you can only drive in some rugged terrains. I mean, beyond the other 4x4s. Now, if you like those type of cars that did their work and you didn't have to spend a big chunk of your money on it, then these are the type of cars you like to see. What I have for you right now, it's a 1/43 scale 1997 Suzuki Jimny. Now, some people know it as a Suzuki Jimny, other people know it as a Suzuki Samurai. There's actually about 10 different names throughout the world. I'm going to give it to you real quick because you may recognize in one way or another the vehicle. It was called Suzuki Caribbean, Suzuki Katana, Suzuki Potohar, and that was in Pakistan. Suzuki SJ410 or 413. Like I said, Suzuki Samurai, Suzuki Santana, Suzuki Sierra, Suzuki Fox, and that was called in Iceland. Chevrolet Samurai, Holden Drover, Maruti Gypsy, I'm guessing that's in India, and then Santana Samurai. Wow. I have mentioned other cars that had quite a different names, but I think this one took the cake. This one took the cake for sure. It's about 10 different names, and most of them are from Suzuki. And then I see Chevrolet, Holden, Maruti, Santana involved. Now, the vehicle itself has been in the market for a very, very, very long time. Suzuki Samurai been out in the market since 1970 till today's date. Now there's different generations. The one that we're looking at right now is actually from the second generation, but it's almost the end of the road of the second generation. So if you look at it, you say, but this is not what I remember, because obviously this is probably the last renovation that they have before they change to the third generation. Now, example, in North America, we had the second generation, but not by 1997. We had it back in the 80s and probably the early 90s until they were no longer in the North American market. But I know for a fact these cars were super popular in some parts of the world. Example, not too long ago, I've been to Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, there's a big fandom of these Suzuki Samurais. The older, I mean, this generation, but the old school looking, like how they came out at the beginning of the second generation. There's a big fandom because they were reliable, they were easy to maintain, not a gas guzzler like most of the 4x4s, but at the same time, it can take rugged terrain like a Jeep or like another Toyota Land Cruiser style, but in a very small package. Okay, now after mentioning that, since this is the second generation, these vehicles were sold. Example, normally they were from 1981 till 1998, the second generation. But in Indonesia, they went all the way down to 2005. In India, they went all the way down to 2018. And in Spain, all the way down to 2004. Okay, that was a lot of different time frames according to the countries. These cars came as a two-door SUV, like the one that we're looking at right now. There was also a two-door van, a two-door convertible, a two-door pickup, and a two-door cab chassis. There was also a three-door SUV, a five-door SUV, or a five-door wagon. That's a lot of configurations for one little 4x4. If it worked, right? Actually, it was not really a 4x4. It was front engine. Oh, there is a four wheel. Okay, there's a regular rear wheel drive, and there's also a four-wheel drive. Sorry about that. Engines. These cars came with a very small engine. I mean, for their size. They had, I'm going to mention different ones. There was a 539 cc's, two stroke, three cylinder, 547 cc's, turbo, three cylinder, 657, I'm sorry, turbo, three cylinder, 658, wow, 1 cc more, turbo, three cylinder, 900 cc's, four cylinder, 1.3 cc's four cylinder, and that will be it. And then diesel, there was a 1.9 four cylinder, and there was also a 1.9 turbo four cylinder. Actually, diesels were only for the Santana, which I'm not mistaken, the Santana was for the Spaniard market. Now transmissions, they only came as a manual, no automatics here. There was a 4-speed or a 5-speed manual transmission. Alright everyone, I'm going to let this nice looking car go around and around a few times, and I'll be right back. Alright everyone, so what do you guys remember about this Suzuki Jimny or Suzuki Samurai? I was reading actually they left the North American market in 1995 because of low sales and also new regulations that this car did not qualify for. Alright everyone, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this car. Did you like them? Does it bring you memories? Maybe when you went on that little off-roading trip and that's where they took you from, it took you in. Or, maybe your cousin had one. Now there's kind of like a nice cult on these cars that like to lower them and make them more like a low rider type of car, because you lower them quite a lot to the point that it's no longer like a four-wheel drive, because you wouldn't be able to take it on off-roading. And which I don't know if I like that, but hey, everybody has their own choices. Alright everyone, don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. I truly appreciate. And don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button. That will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Take care of yourselves more than ever. Goodbye.